4 people.
You are live. Hello, hello. Waiting for my co-hosts to join me here. Good morning, everybody. Hydran. Got junk in our trunk. Awesome burger. I might need to scroll up. I have 2 mice here, so I get confused which ones. Oh, and of course, Miss Amy was here first thing this morning. Yay. Busy morning. See, look what I'm doing. Clothes. I'm trying to get us caught up on measuring clothes. We get a lot of pictures done because that's the easy part. Throw them up on that board. We're done. Take a bunch of pictures, but then we got to get it all logged in. Good morning, Beth. So I'm trying to get us caught up so I can get a whole bunch of clothing listed so that maybe things will start selling for me. Good morning, Sherry. One busy mama to you. That was a good one. Once upon a time, I think I had my eBay name was Mom of 5 Boys or something like that. So yeah. Good morning, Lori. I'm just kind of waiting on the girls. They're my conversation starters. And then, of course, Robert's over here. You can see my fingers aren't moving as everybody's answering, or he's answering everybody's comments. Good morning from Illinois. Yay, Summers. Just popping in to say, oh, a rural squirrel. Lori, you and I probably, when you're not working one day, we should meet and go to the bins in Asheville because I know you're part way there for me. That would be fun. I know you're working, so let's see. Listening while I'm. Oh, the chat's going faster than I can keep up already. Boy, Barry and Mom, yeah, Mom, us mom of boys. Whew. Yes. Inky thimble at your day job. I had one of them once upon a time. I've had a few of them. Right now, it's kind of like the way sales are going. It's kind of nice would be nice having a second thread of income. Florida.
Yeah, one busy mama.
Oh. Florida's big. My parents used to go to Lake Okeechobee. They had a little thing, little camper thing down there. And every year they went down there.
Lori said a weekend sounds good.
Yep. Oh, definitely. That would be fun. We could do a weekend, definitely. A rural squirrel. I watched your Ben's 10 challenge. You found some amazing stuff. All those boots and shoes and just everything. Oh, driving today. Are you heading back to the bins? I wished ours was closer and I wish I had more time to go. But yeah, it's not fun when it's an hour and a half there. And sometimes it's just pitiful. Sometimes it's all clothes and shoes. And that's just not my thing. And it's very competitive on the shoes and clothes. Very competitive. I think there's teams there. And they just kind of block access. But yesterday I had 5. I think I said this in my what sold last night. I had 5 yesterday. It was terrible. But today, a little better. I did 14. So I think there was 15, 12 on eBay, and then 3 on other platforms. Yeah, well, Lori, they can be crowded. And I'm sure on the weekends is a whole different story. So, yeah, just in over an hour. Dang.
Arkansas.
It's a full-time job for you, Beth, at the bins. I wished we could be there. That's kind of how we are when we go on our sourcing trips in St. Louis. You know, we're there when they open, and then we just keep moving, and we stay until pretty much closing. Not much of the hard goods. Yeah, it's rough when there's just shoes and clothing, unless you're a shoes and clothing person, which I don't mind, but that's just, I don't know enough to be able to eyeball stuff and start grabbing. Yeah, like me right now. I've got a bin right here of just clothes that need measured because, you know, I thought, I think Bolo Buddies and I were chatting yesterday, and it's like the sales on our stuff, toys and stuff like that, it's kind of been a little sporadic, and it was like it would be nice to have clothing to fill in the gaps. So I thought I'm gonna get us caught up and get a whole bunch listed this week. Ooh, Lori, yeah, we could do estate sales as long as somebody's putting them on the treasure map for me. That would be fun to go to. We have amazing ones here, though. Amazing. Total flatness of Kansas. Where are my co-hosts?
We're slacking today.
Slacking. Oop, I got to go back. I'm seeing Hydran. Found a couple of vintage teddies at my free place yesterday. One is rather shaggy. Have to figure out if he's supposed to be like that. Sometimes they are. Sometimes I was digging through, I don't know where I got this bag of stuff from, but I found a little vintage Dakin bear yesterday. And if you feel them and they feel kind of like a bristle brush, check the tags, because this one was wool. And a lot of times the wool bears tend to do a whole lot better. Uh-oh. Would come up your way. You can be my mentor. Yeah. We could do that. We've got some good ones on the weekends. Usually, like last weekend, it stormed. Y'all, I went to this yard sale, and they had left everything out overnight in the rain. The totes were just full of wet vintage plush. Yeah, so I saved a few because I know that what they're going to do when this yard sale was over was just take it all to the garbage, because basically it was ruined. So I grabbed a few. I found a vintage Alf and a vintage, well, here, Alvin. Alf's still upstairs, I think. But I found this vintage Alvin, and he's a pull string. And he did well. He worked while he was wet. He's kind of got some. So
His voice is a little sketchy.
yeah, his everything about him is sketchy. So what I'll do is I'll record it and post a video in my listing just so they know. But a lot of times they can open these up and clean them and do whatever they need to do. I haven't even done comps on him. He's just really discolored. Yeah. Last weekend was kind of scary. We had thunderstorms and, oop, I see somebody. There she is.
Hello there.
Hello.
I have to be on my phone for a few minutes until the computer finishes loading. So that's why it's this. Yeah.
I know
How you
Lori
doing?
said she got her computer yesterday. I wonder if she's having problems getting
I
all
hope
the
not.
correct things loaded.
I know it's always hard breaking in new electronics. I hate like getting used to a new phone or anything. It's fun to get new stuff, but it's a pain to, break it in. And
Yeah.
not break it, but break it in. You know what I mean?
Right. That's why whatever phone Robert decides he wants the Google Pixels is what we have now. I have to have the same phone because I'm so technologically inept that I need him to be able to fix my phone when I get into stuff I don't want to be in or can't get into stuff I want to be.
My daughter gets so aggravated with me because I'm learning disabled when it comes to electronics, and she got me some not wireless, but they're headphones that are connected by a wire, but you don't have to plug them into the phone. Is that still called wireless? I don't know what you call them. They're not earbuds, but they're connected by a wire. Anyway, she got me some for Christmas because I would just go to the dollar store and, you know, every week or so I would get a $5 pair of earbuds to plug into my phone. And she's like, you're paying too much. If by the time you get a pair every week, you could get a good pair and, you know, then they're good for a while. Well, they already had to be replaced this week because her cat chewed them up. But anyway, so I had to pair them because they're Bluetooth. So I'm like, I don't know how to do this. So she's like, okay, I'll do it one time. And so she paired the first set for me. And then when I went and got a new pair this week, she's like, I'm not pairing those for you again. You have to figure it out on your own.
I think what I do is I don't want sometimes to hear it from him. So I'll go Google. I'll Google how do you sync or how do you do whatever, just so.
Yeah. Yeah. To save the aggravation. Yeah. Definitely. I hear you. Any
great things going on in your part of the world?
Well, not reseller related. Well, kind of is. I didn't get a new computer yet, but we did go computer shopping on Mother's Day. We went to Staples and Best Buy, and then we've looked online. And so I think by next week, or, you know, because we have to kind of mull that around, you know, you can't just go do an impulse buy when it comes to computers. At least we don't. But on Monday, I did go on Facebook Marketplace and we got a new washing machine. Well, not new, but it's used.
New to you.
But it has no agitator. So now I have no more excuses for not getting my plush washed and listed. So that is a good thing. And I'm excited about it.
I have got to get some haul videos done. I am just, this week though, we have been cleaning out. Our building is divided into two, and the smaller size, the 20 by 30 is my side. That's, I have a heat pump and everything in. That's for my stuff. Well, I'm outgrowing this space, which is where we have the clothes and the incoming. So this week we've been out there for hours at a time, cleaning up the other side, moving, organizing, throwing stuff away that shouldn't be out there, all of that. And then we're going to start moving the clothes over there. It's not air conditioned on that side, but it is a very well insulated building. So I think we're going to be okay until I'm ready to invest in another one of those units. But
you're up in the mountains, right? Does it? It doesn't get that hot where you are, does it?
It can get upper 90s during the summer.
Really?
But like my basement here, all summer, you guys will see me in sweatpants because it's cold down here, and that building stays relatively cool also.
That's good.
Yeah. When we went to insulate it, it was like we did it ourselves, and it was like 6 inches. We were supposed to insulate the roof.
Like 9
okay, 9 inches. We put about 3 feet.
2 feet. Not that bad.
Of insulation up there. We were covered, blowing it up into that ceiling. Oh my goodness, it was a mess. But we did it.
I'm looking at the comments, and the last time I was on my phone, I could have sworn the comments were under the picture, but now I'm having the same problem Hannah was last week, where she said it was either the picture or the comments. She couldn't have both at the same time. So anyway, I'm just catching up to what I missed. A rural squirrel is here. Hello, hello. I saw your video with the Ginger Marvins. That was fun. Let's see. I'm just catching up. Oh, Veranda Files, thank you for your information last week about Dr. Lori and the painting and all that. I haven't done anything yet. I'm kind of mulling it over, and I'm not fast to get anything done. I'm very slow. So thinking True.
I'm looking up her comment about the Marsha Sybil bear. I've never heard of that artist. So I'm trying to sit here and figure out what she is. Okay, I've got several spelling it Sibol. I'm not sure if it's Bal or Ol. Holy cow, they got big prices. Always learning something here. Let's see. Oh. Most of them that are selling, though, are the lower dollar, 30s, 35s. That's good, especially when you can find stuff for free. You know, I was going to show you guys this. I know you're not going to be able to see it very well, but this is my new favorite little tool. It is a needle, like for sewing, but it's round. And I have been using this when I get a plush and like the strings on the foot have come loose and it's just hanging out there. Uh-oh, we lost her.
That's all right.
I use this. I put the thread.
Put it behind a card or something dark.
Dark?
Yes.
I'll just put it behind my hand. There it is. It's just a half circle. Put the string in it, and then you can just kind of get it, because usually those strings are really short. I just get it in there and get this round part going back through the foot, and it fixes that string perfectly. So this is like my new thing. Usually then I was at the point where I would just list in the thing that there's a loose string in the foot, but now I can at least get it back in. So that's my new favorite thing. Thank you, Beth. You guys, I get speechless when you do stuff like this, but thank you for the super sticker. That's my new chatting friend. Uh-oh, here she comes. We've been bouncing ideas. There you go.
That was an accident. I thought my computer was ready to come back on, but it's still saying no internet. So my husband must have accidentally disconnected it yesterday. We had an old computer sitting right here that we're getting rid of to bring in the new one that we're going to buy. And he must have accidentally shut something off. So I have to reset the internet before I can get back on the computer.
Oh.
So what were you showing? You were holding up something.
Needle. Well, now where did I lay it?
Because I was on comments and I was trying to get back to you and I accidentally went out of the whole thing.
Dang it. I've laid it down.
Sorry.
Somebody who was watching me, where did I lay it down?
What was it?
It's a half circle needle. And you can use it to put the threads in like the feet of your plush that have come loose. And it just kind of fits perfectly around. I have no clue what its real purpose is because I'm not a seamstress.
I have had one of those before. I probably still have it somewhere. I think it's for stuff like that where,
right here.
You know, yeah. I've seen those. I have one somewhere, I think. But it's for anything like that where you need to have that curve, you know, because sometimes you can't get in there with a straight needle. So
no,
I don't know the technical need for it, but you know,
I think I bought a craft box one day at an estate sale, and it was down in the bottom, and I thought, well, I'm going to keep that. That seems like it might be useful, and sure enough, I figured it out.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I found it. Thank you. I set it on my blue tape here. This is my other. I have a seamstress who does my repairs for me. And I take her like a garbage bag full at a time. And then when she's done with them, she brings them and we switch. But when I find a hole so that she doesn't have to look for it, I put a piece of blue tape on the hole.
Oh, good idea.
So that way, so that's why I set these together, because they're both seamstress related. But yeah, she does amazing stuff for me.
So have you shown her the needle? Does she use that kind of needle when she repairs?
I don't know. She used to make dolls.
Okay.
High end. Let me go get my lights.
She probably has her own one of those, or she could tell you what it's actually meant for. But I'll bet she has one. And if she doesn't, she might like to use yours.
Maybe.
I am still trying to get the internet to come up. This old computer, I will be really glad to get a new computer. Well, the one we were looking at is all-in-one. So it's got the keyboard and then the computer is like in the screen. So you don't have to have a tower. And the guy at Staples told me, because he said, well, what do you use it for? And I told him, I do YouTube, video editing, eBay pictures, and and I have my family tree stuff and all that. And so he said, well, if I'm doing video editing, he wouldn't go any lower than an i5, like an Intel 5 for video editing. And so then when we got to Best Buy, we were looking, and everything I saw out was just i3. And so I was asking the guy, I was like, well, I've been told by another source that I should get an i5. He goes, well, what are you using it for? So I told him, he goes, yeah, that's right. You should get an i5. So then he showed me where those were. So anyway, it's looking like it's going to be a minimum of like 850 to 900, which doesn't seem that bad for an all-in-one. You get everything that you need.
Mm-hmm.
For that. So I'm excited. I will be excited to get a new one.
Yeah. I think based on Lori not being here, you might want to make sure everything works before the day of our live.
Has she messaged you?
Oh, you know what? I turned my phone off. Let me go look. There's probably all kinds of messages from her. Oh, I'm running a few minutes behind. New computer problems, of course.
Of course. She's having new computer problems. I'm having old computer problems. I cannot get internet to come up on this.
Oh, here she's coming. Oh, you look marvelous, lady.
Hello.
Hi, girls. Can you hear me?
Computer.
Oh, this thing. I thought I had it set up last night. So I was ready to go, right? Plus, I got glutened yesterday, Rebel. There was like something in my smoothie or something. And I was sicker than a dog yesterday.
Oh, man.
I didn't have time to do all the bells and whistles, but I thought I had everything ready to go. Yeah, no. Had to restart and do stuff. But I'm here now, and I love it. And it's pink.
Oh, fun. What kind did you get?
The MacBook Air. Don't ask me anything else above that.
Is it a laptop? Is it a laptop?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, nice. And it's pink. That's awesome.
And it's pink. And it wasn't $1 million. And I watched tons of reviews on this. And I think it's really just going to help me. So
good.
Give me a week to mess with this little M1 chip we got here. And I will report back.
There you go.
Yay.
All right, let me answer Beth's question. Do I pay her by the hour? No. She's amazing. And I try to slip money in the bag, like $20 at a time. And she always slips money back in the bag, back to me. In fact, I threw the last bag. I emptied all the plush out, and I think she had put money. She keeps some of it for the supplies and stuff, but
she charges like $15 for a bag.
I think it's like $15 for like a white garbage bag, and she does amazing work. And I try to give her more, and she sends it back. But I threw the last refund back in the trash can. I never did find it. I don't know what I did, because I didn't realize she had money in there, and
oh no,
I threw it away. So now she tells me.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Tell her, don't put money back in. It gets thrown away.
I think personally, $20, there's probably anywhere from, I don't know, 15 to 20 plush with relatively easy to repair, but nevertheless, I can't do any of it. And, but yeah, she won't keep the money I keep sending her. It's about, it's well worth it, because a lot of the stuff is just minor stuff, the seams. Every once in a while, like I gave her my kipper, not this one that I bought, a different kipper that I found. He had like a thread eyeball, a round ball, and she says she was able to replicate the other eyeball. So
great.
Usually it's just little holes.
And she can do it. I mean, you could probably do it, but it would take time out of your day, and it's probably well worth the money.
I'm sure I
to
could YouTube how
just
to do basic.
have her do it. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. I'm going to have to do something because, yeah, her daughters are in ballet. So when she's dealing with ballet, she doesn't have as much time for me. But right now she's between shows. She makes the costumes for the ballet, our local ballet. So, oh yeah. And she sells us farm fresh eggs.
Oh, wow. That's cool that her daughters are in ballet. How old are they? Are they little or are they like
one? Yeah, one's in college and one's in high school. Oh no, she's graduating, I think, this year, right? Oh, a junior.
If they're still doing ballet at that age, then they're serious. Then.
Oh, they're very good. They're very good.
That's awesome.
But yeah, one of her daughters just started UT Knoxville. So I don't know how active she's going to be able to continue in ballet, but the other one is still.
Nice.
Yeah.
My daughter ice skated. I tried to put her in ballet to help her with her ice skating. She did a great ice skating, but ballet's just like 2 left feet. You know, I'm like, it's okay, honey, you're doing great. It lasted a short amount of time.
Yeah. I have boys, of course, none of them. Well, they did martial arts for years, but only Robert and RJ are left doing the martial arts. The rest of them tagged out on it.
Well, boys can do ballet too. In fact, I mean, I've worked with a lot of dancers at Disney and doing shows and stuff. And the boys, the male dancers at Disney, I think they get paid more than the girls because they're harder to find and they need them, you know. So if you have boys that are interested in dance,
I mean,
you know,
that would be so awesome.
I would love to have had my boys do something like that, but they didn't want to do sports. They didn't want to do anything.
My son rode BMX. He rode
video
BMX
games.
For years. Like, I want to say probably, how old is he? Probably 12, 13 years he rode BMX. Went all the way, and then it was done. You know, at that teenage years where they start thinking they know everything. As a matter of fact, he is a professor of knowing everything now at the age of 19.
Yeah, one of my boys did cheer.
He knows a lot about me too. I always say that if you want to know anything about me, just ask my kids. They know it all.
Yeah. I had one of my boys in cheer, and I was hoping he would stick with it, but he didn't. There's all kinds of scholarships for male cheerleaders.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
no.
It's college cheerleading. That's serious business.
Yeah, one of his buddies is at Austin P right now doing cheerleading on scholarship. So I was hoping, but now he wants to be an automotive mechanic, which I'm okay with that too.
Yeah. Hey, I think I've got the computer up now. I'm going to go off of here and go get some more coffee, and then I'll come back on my computer.
All right, 2 questions. Let's see. Together we sold it. Yes, I love Commonwealth. The more vintagey ones because they are nice quality.
What am I missing here?
Nice quality.
This
just like the vintage Walmart. The vintage Walmart is nice quality also. That's why I'm a big fan of them. Yep. And then how do you remove the vintage smell on items with tags? Let it sit. That's all you can do.
I put a dress in the freezer for a couple days. That worked. It smelled, but it still had tags on it, but you could tell whoever, it was like a smoker's house or something, but it did work. I don't know about stuffed animals. I don't know if you want a freezer full of stuffed animals, but
yeah, a lot of times if it's bad, even though it has a tag, I'll take the tag off and wash it if it's washable. And then I'll just say the tag is loose.
Buy a tag gun, reattach it. There you go.
Or this wonderful product here, but it's got its own unique odor.
I use that too, though. I love that stuff. Because I don't think it leaves an odor afterwards. I think the odor coming out, you know what I mean? The smell of it sprays, it evaporates and it just completely goes away and it pulls out. It works. I bought a big old jug of that stuff.
We have the jug upstairs because, boys, they leave their wet towels and then they get rank. So usually when cows are getting washed and the dirty wash rags and stuff, then we put the Odoban right into the wash cycle.
Oh wow, that's nice. I didn't think
Yeah,
about
in
it.
the rinse cycle.
Okay,
Oh,
now
she's
this is
coming
not
back.
a screen, and it is going to drive me nuts, though, because I keep reaching up. So how's it going, girls? How have sales been? Damn it.
I was so upset. Like maybe yesterday not yesterday. I thought Monday something was wrong.
Is Noel in the chat?
I think she is, yeah.
She'll know exactly what we're talking about here. Okay, keep going. So yeah, your sales have been down.
Yeah. Well, Monday, I hadn't had a single sales at 6:30 at night.
Oh my gosh.
And then finally I sold like 4 things overnight. But I sent Bolo Buddies a message and it was like, how are yours? And she was like, no. And then she said that she has a friend who has 35,000 items in her store and she had sold 5 things that day.
Something was going on then because, oh, hellfire. What am I doing? Something was going on. Especially dumpy this weekend.
I think eBay had a glitch or was working on something and just things weren't being. But today I had 12, so I was
just about to look and see what I got going on now so that I can comment because I did make a couple of sales that were okay. Poshmark did great. I have not been messing with Poshmark, guys, at all. Just saying, if you could put that work in the front, knock on wood, I'm making daily sales, not listing to the platform. I mean, I did daily list for well over a year, almost 2 years, and I've taken the last couple months to work on eBay and really get that going. And I'm still making sales, pretty good. I go in, I share my items. I use a dealing mabob, and I go in and adjust stuff. Sometimes I send offers, but that's it. No listing, no new listings. And I don't think I've relisted anything as of late either. So that's the thing with Poshmark. Plus it's easy, guys, the shipping part of it too, I think I'm glad I started back up on there and got that going. But there's all kinds of talk all over Poshmark that's low and people aren't making sales on there either, but I can't chime in on that. Oh, and today is their big dump on Poshmark day that's been going around the web. That people are trying to do an Etsy, pull an Etsy move and do a strike on Poshmark. I'm thinking to myself, I don't know about that. We'll see how that works out.
Every sale I can get. So
right, exactly. You go ahead and go on vacation. I'll be right here collecting that money.
Yeah, I'm getting maybe not one a day, but I'm getting a few a week right now. So
you know what?
I'm still trying to get a bunch.
It'll really, really pay off for you. It'll be a nice little side because it's not a crap ton of money. I mean, I've sold the stuff that I had that was really nice or high dollars, pretty much all gone off Posh. I haven't replaced that, so it's kind of just bread and butter stuff that's moving now. A lot of Coach. I picked up a lot of Coach last week too. A lot, 25 purses.
Wow.
And those are all going, a big pile of them right there. I got a leather clean and that's what's been selling for me, guys. Stinking Coach bags out the wazoo. The Y2K ones you can pick up for $5, $10, shit, $20. I would even pay for them,
I think people really, I hate to say this, but I'm selling a lot of low dollar stuff. And because I think right now people are kind of holding on to their money a little bit. I noticed somebody put gas in our Pilot yesterday, $73 to fill our Pilot. $73,
Yeah.
So I think people are willing to do some shopping. And I think right now, I make a few big dollar sales, but for the most part, it's my bread and butter. And,
Well, it's true. We have a charter business. And so gas for our boat has about doubled, and that eats into our profits for that. And that, we can't really just midway go, no, you know what? It's an extra $200 for you, bro. It doesn't work that way. So believe me, we're feeling it, man. So I think you're right, because I know we're not spending. This was a big, for me to buy my computer right now, just going into off season here. So
Nothing. That computer's a must, you know.
And you know
It'll
what?
make all the difference.
It has to. This one was just going, and it was a must. Oh, I would never be able to keep going, or even Excel, grow at all. Shoot, I don't know, but yeah. So that was a big deal. But you're right. People are saving their money. I'm not a big saver. Chris is, but I'm even feeling it now. So
I'm frugal. No, I'm a cheapskate.
I'm terrible. Chris squeaks when he walks, but me, I am terrible. I don't look. I need to, and I do. I'm conscious about it. I'll stop and look, but yeah, I need to be. I am when I'm buying stuff to resell, though. And now that you resell, I never buy anything new because I know I can get. I know I can get that, for a hell of a lot cheaper. That I do.
Like last weekend, I didn't source a whole lot, but that's the good thing. When we start getting this stuff out this week, today, we're going to start moving everything out. It's going to give me, I'm going to leave some of the shelves here just so I can sort. Because right now, as I bring stuff in, it's just getting set here, there, and everywhere. And
right. And then that'll get you to where you just do nothing.
I can get stuff more easily out. And Noel, you said the summer slowdown. When you're a plush seller, plush still sells during the summer because moms and dads are home or the kids are home and parents are always looking for something for their kids. So I've never really experienced a summer slowdown.
February,
I would see
February, March is like my summer slowdown, because parents have already spent everything they're going to spend on toys for Christmas. But yeah, but I have a feeling this year's going to be a lot different.
Well, and all of us were spoiled from people being at home shopping on the computer for a couple years. I kicked ass during COVID. I don't know about anyone else, but yeah.
Yeah, last 2 years have been my best years ever. So,
and now we're just a little spoiled on that, but no sales, having no sales days, that's just really weird. It's just really weird.
Yeah, that was I didn't even realize I hadn't sold anything until I had worked all day and I went upstairs to do my research. And then on that little bar graph they have on your main seller hub, it said 0. I was like, what? What?
Yeah, some of those numbers are just too intimidating. They make me so mad. Those arrows, you are down.
The big red. Yeah, I'm down.
Yeah, I'm like, stop it. I'm like, Chris, put a piece of tape on the screen. I can't see this. Get it off.
I had like 3 days this month where that arrow was green, but now it's saying I'm down 13%.
I haven't seen it green in about 3 months. I'm not even kidding, guys. Not kidding. And I'm listing and I'm doing and stuff selling. It's just trickling out, I don't know.
Yeah.
So let's see what we got going on here.
I'm trying to go look and see, okay, this is how we need to gear this. How are we compared to this time last year?
Right. Let me go check that.
Well, we're going to see right now. I am down 5.9% in total sales. I can live with that because last year I think I did really well. So I'm not going to complain. It's just fourth quarter killed me last year because it was not what I was expecting.
Right.
I think somebody said up in the comments that they have started doing the ending and sell similar. And I'm trying not to do that this month. But dang it, sometimes I think maybe I need to. I don't know. I don't know if did I talk about this last time about doing the free shipping?
You did. You said
I was going to talk about it today. You do?
On a few items though, right?
Robert's got to leave me, you guys. So if we start having issues.
Oh, great. I was hoping he'd be on the horn in case this thing started going bananas.
Elizabeth, somebody's saying they can't hear you.
Oh, no.
Oh, there you are.
Okay. Yeah. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
I can hear you.
Okay. Because I keep trying to say stuff and y'all are just ignoring me. And I'm like, they're just talking over me.
This stepsister in the closet. Never mind that. I didn't even see you until your hands are like this.
I know.
Yeah, me either. Not till I saw the comment. We can't hear Elizabeth.
I'm like, hello.
Jacking our jaws, going to town.
No, you were asking about sales, and I was trying to say that we sold one really fun thing. I've been selling stickers, and I sold a sticker book like 10 minutes after I listed it, which was great. And I haven't been listing very many things, but we on Mother's Day, out of the blue, we sold an item that my husband picked up at a yard sale in February, and I thought it was pretty cool. I'll show you if I can get the picture of it up. It is a metal
Writer.
Curad Band-Aid box.
Oh, that's up Rebel's alley. Look at that.
I like that.
Yeah, it's sold for $7.50 plus $3.50 shipping. So not huge, but it was still pretty cool.
But
you
it's
know.
legit, right?
Yeah. And he also bought, I think he only paid a quarter for it at a yard sale. And he also bought 2 metal spice boxes that I've got listed together. So, yeah, and I wouldn't have even seen them. So, having these husbands along on these thrifting trips are good because they see stuff we don't see. So that's good.
That vintage stuff like that, the resellers in this area know it.
Really?
Unless it's way overpriced, they're gone because everybody knows to look for the vintage tins and pharmaceutical stuff.
But I did really good on Posh last year. Very good.
Were you doing eBay at all then, or just Posh?
Just a little, like just I would like put some stuff over. We bought a whole bunch of bicycles new in the box during the pandemic, and you couldn't get bicycles because there was nothing shipping. And anyway, so we sold a whole bunch of bicycles, and I put them on eBay, and that was easy. And guys, it was only $65 to ship, so it was crazy. I think it was like $50, and we were charging $65 from FedEx to send them, and big old cruiser bicycles. So I started doing that, and then I like moved all my stuff over.
So your arrow that's showing down is comparing it to last year's bicycles, and if that was the only thing you listed and you sold it, then that's why your percentage was better last year. So don't stress too much about it, because now you're listing more.
So it's right around the same time that I was listing the bicycles. You're right. That would, I guess that, I don't know if that would have,
because if you sold all of those pretty quickly.
We sold them around Christmas time. So it was like a different, you know what I mean? Like it was probably right before I started this, about this time last year. So
I think just keep focusing on listing on eBay, and you're going to do amazing because you're finding some great stuff.
Yeah. I have 900. I don't know. I got a lot of listings up on eBay. And then I was looking at my Poshmark, and I don't have every single listing over there. Here's the thing. I think I'm going to go back to Vendoo because it's hard for me, even though I can cross list very easily. It's hard for me to keep track of both platforms with what's really going on. And in Vendoo or List Perfectly, one of the two, they'll keep track of that. As long as my information going in is correct, it'll help me keep track of my numbers. I am like losing it, trying to switch this inventory around, get rid of the cross listing service. Now I got to have a spreadsheet. I'm not built for this. I need a boss. If anyone could boss me, I'd appreciate it. I'll do everything. I'll make you $1 zillion in your reselling business.
I have hair like stuck in my under my glasses. Sorry.
I know what do it all. But
I wish I had enough time to use List Perfectly to its full potential. I can't make the time to get, because basically for you to be able to use it to its max, you need to get stuff into its catalog.
So that was what I
don't have time.
I switched around when I started doing Vendoo, and this is when I opened up eBay into my world. I started listing directly into Vendoo. So I would list directly, instead of listing into eBay, I would list directly into Vendoo, put all my information in there, and then shoot it out. And then it started keeping on me. And then I started importing my stuff. And I think that's where I got all screwed up. When I imported my old sales and I didn't double check everything before I started going on with the new ones. I think that's where and I was actually going to call probably List Perfectly. I'm going to give them a whirl, I think, this time and see. I did try them before, and I just think it was something like User. I just didn't click with it. I kind of jumped on Vendu and got it right away. So I think that's what it was with them. But yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do some research and figure it out. I've also looked at a couple other softwares. One is called One Shop, and that is Mercari. You know, it's eBay, Mercari, Posh. Kind of like the same thing as Vendu, but they're a little more analytical based, and they don't have all the bells and whistles like the relist or the share or this or that. But I mean, I think One Shop does. I'm sorry, they do have a sharing service.
I'm pretty sure it does the relist and the sharing.
Yeah, you're right. It does. So that's why I kind of delved into that one. I think I'm just going to mess around with some of this. And yeah. And then I'm going to hire a boss on whatever it's called. Facebook Marketplace.
All right. We have somebody asked, one busy mama to you. I know most of you are really experienced selling. How much time do you spend looking up items? What sources do you use? Me, I don't spend very long at all. It's toys. For me, I can almost always find either that exact toy or look up that brand. Now, when I get into other things that I'm not quite sure about, I might spend a little bit of time, but I try not to spend a whole lot of time at all doing research. It's either you find it or you don't. I use Terapeak for the most part if I can't find it in the last 90 days. I know Bolo Buddy's been really talking about
Worth Point.
What is it?
What's
the other one? The one that does years and years and years.
Point.
Worth Point. And I'm considering it, but of course, now that I'm considering it, they up their price. But there's been a few things that I thought, very seldom do I find something that I can't find on eBay or on Google.
You know what you need to get, Rebel, real quick side note here is see if you can get an affiliate link to them.
I know.
Because I would definitely, I'm thinking about using it now that I'm more into the collectibles.
Yes. And now that we're doing a little bit more, I'm considering it. And then definitely, I'd have an affiliate link, but I try not to spend a whole lot of time on research. I think if you really can't find it, then go into a Facebook group and post about it. Like my little 4-faced Santa. I haven't received any help on it yet, by the way. I've got it up on auction and I'll figure it out maybe that way.
Some things are like that, some things you just got to kind of wing it. But that also helps you going forward. You know what I mean? Like the research part of it is not only looking it up, but it's also selling it, kind of seeing where, there's some things, right away, you can see the numbers. There's 500 sold and there's 10 listed. It's going to sell. It's going to sell and it's going to sell for that much. You just got to look at those sold comps and I sort instead of sorting highest to lowest or lowest to highest, sort just sold, recently sold. So you kind of see even though it's the last 90 days, they should all be around the same, but you can play with your number a little bit there too. And I don't spend a crap ton of time anymore, but I also know what I want to, I guess if I'm picking up something new, my problem with it now is I don't have the confidence to list it until I over research it. So I need to stop doing that. But as far as like stuff that I'm comfortable listing, you kind of know what to pick up then when you're out, and of course the prices change. You got to check. But Lizzie, I picked up something for you.
What's up?
I picked up a whole slew of stickers.
Oh, cool.
They're like decals. And
pretty.
They're from Noel probably will get a kick out of these two. They're 1989 decoral, but there are some really cute little piggies.
Yeah.
Neat.
Turn them around.
What's the brand?
Decoral.
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 Huh.
And they're 1992, 1989 as a couple, 1986. So I think they're the kind that you kind of rub on.
Okay, maybe for like a wall or something, like for a
Yeah,
child's
it's like-
room or something.
Like they have like this chair and
Yeah.
some other stuff.
You could decorate like children's furniture or
But I just
something
thought
like
it was
that.
really cute.
Cute, yeah.
Here's my next question. I looked him up. There is a thing that you can sell. But is that one of the items that you would list individually, Rebel, Elizabeth?
I would probably lot them up. Are there some that like if it makes sense that one person would want like 2 or 3 if they fit the same theme, I would lot them up. But if they're all completely different and you can't picture anybody using them together, then I would probably do them individually.
They're all over the board. Like I've made them into little piles of what like the clowns and this, the little teddy bear guys. I was going to put them together.
Yeah.
Then again, I do like the listing them individually because then they'll trickle out, be a little bit more listings, but I just don't know. And it's kind of like, that's one of the things on eBay. They sell individually and they sell in lots. So,
yeah,
if they're selling individually, I think you'll make more money.
Probably.
Selling it individually.
In between, they're like, I would say $15.99, $8.99, $7. So they're pretty good for
great.
Like the one, the 81 pointer dog's $25.
Wow.
So maybe I should just research them individually, guys.
Yeah, if they're getting that much, they'd be worth it to do individually.
So that's what my question was. Yeah, if they're about like that, do you think is Noel? I didn't even say hi to her. Hi, Noel.
Hi.
And I seen her tell me to come up there. You live across the whole ass country. That would be such a long hitchhiking journey for me. My little Jeep would like make it to my hand. But I'll tell you what, don't tempt me, Ma, because I'll get my ass to U-Haul and be right there. I ain't got nothing going on.
One of these days, I've got some cousins up there. My uncle just died, but I've got some cousins, and one of these days I'm going to get up there and I will come see you.
Seriously, that is like would be a dream come true to like hang out with Rebel or to hang out with Noel or Bolo, but I would like it would. So yes, I would drive to you. Just the knowledge and the stuff, the cool stuff y'all got. Just stand there and drool at it.
All
right, I'm fangirling now.
Road trip, right? One of these days, right? A road trip. I have to say she's like one of my best friends because we chat almost every day, but we've never met. But she lived in
how connected we all are just by this.
Oh yeah.
I was just saying that to Noel actually. I'm like, that's friendship. Like we can see like, oh, so-and-so is not feeling, just something's going on between we all spend a lot of time together.
Yep.
I know I spend a lot of time in the shower with some people too. They don't know that. You got my video going in the background. I'm like, this is weird, but it's okay. I can hear the stuff.
I've done that.
My workmates right here as I'm working every day and I'm listening to whoever's next on the thing. Either it's the hustle couple or the nurse flipper or Bolo Buddies.
I am so proud of those two for sticking with this live workroom because I'm telling you, I had that idea right around the same time as them and I didn't have the BALLS to pull it off and they did. They're doing it every night. I'm so grateful. Yeah, I wish I could do it every night, but yeah, I think that's so awesome.
I need to do some some real working lives.
I'm working. I'm doing drafts right now.
You what, Rebel? You can't pull the plug on this ever. You would have to sit me down and have like a long talk.
I am working. So I don't know about y'all, but I'm working.
You're organized. Me and Rebel are like,
yeah, I've got my box of jobs. Hey, just to report back. Okay.
Oh, how's that going? Is that the fly lady thing?
Oh, we lost you. Telling her we lost you.
That computer go flying.
All right. Now, tell me when you can hear me.
We can hear you now.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
And then we can't hear you.
Sign language. Hold up cards. Oh. Well, I got my new stinking computer, so I'm going to be coming out. Watch me. Watch for those videos to come.
Yes,
I'm so
definitely.
happy. Not
And
yet,
get Robert.
What about now?
Yep.
Okay.
Don't move.
Okay.
Don't touch your
Don't
desk.
touch anything. So I was gonna say I've been doing this for a week now, and it's been going great. I have actually had a cooked dinner a few nights, like the nights that I said I'm gonna cook. I picked 4 nights a week that I'm gonna actually cook a meal, and I've been doing it. I went
Good
shopping.
job.
I went shopping with my list, and I picked out menus ahead of time, and I shopped from my list. I made a couple of errors in what I bought, but it was okay. And I have been doing certain housekeeping jobs like daily and weekly, and keeping up with the laundry. So I've got my morning routine fairly established. So it's going well, and I'm excited. I have no illusions that this will be forever, but every so
Well,
often I have to
start
just
making a
take
habit
charge.
of something, though. Maybe it will
Yeah,
be. It
yeah,
just
and that's
becomes
kind of
part of
what I'm hoping, that if I can establish even a few better habits that will stick with me, that this actual system I won't use forever, but I'll
It'll
at
just help
least,
you
I'll at least have a better routines in place.
get
Sorry,
organized. And it's easy. It's so much easier when you work from home to have a routine. You know,
yeah. There's
I
something stuck in my glasses. I have like hair stuck in my glasses, and it keeps hanging in my face. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, that's going well. But now, a couple of things, like, because I have a different job for like a different focus each day. So yesterday was house cleaning, and I did a lot of different housework. And I was telling my husband when he got home, I said, I don't expect you to notice what I did, but just know, that this is going well. He's like, well, it just feels cleaner, and it's true, because I swept out the corners. I swept them up the kitchen, and I did go under the furniture, and I got some cobwebs, and I vacuumed our bedroom, which I never do. That's like the only carpet left in the house is our bedroom. And you know, just the little things. And I was thinking the other day, because a week ago I went around and I dusted, not everything, because there's certain things that are just, I'm going to have to like clean it first before I could just swipe it with the duster. But there was a bookshelf in the living room by the door that I just kind of dusted off. And then I came back a couple days later, and I just happened to pass by, and I thought, oh, that looks so nice to be dusted. And I was appreciating my own work, that it looked nice.
I took the last week off completely of reselling. Like I did some stuff, sent offers and stuff, but I've been working on my deck. Yeah. So
what are you doing to it?
Well, let's see. This job that I've had for the last couple of years has kept me so dang busy that I have let my house just kind of, I needed to seal the deck. I needed to paint the trim. I got people coming this summer, like just stuff. I wanted to do my window trim. I picked a really pretty orange color. I really want to do that. Just spruce up the house, change my curtains and my outside and stuff. So I've been doing all that. And yeah. And it's been raining. So the week that I decided to take off, it rains. But that's okay. It's getting done. I got 3 sides of the deck. So it's fairly large. And so I got the one side done. Because I can't do it all at once, because I'd have to move all my plants downstairs. And those stinking little cute deer, they would be sitting in the mangroves plotting how to eat my plants in 30 seconds. So I have to come upstairs and switch them inside. I have to seal this and then switch them, and it's a lot. But
they are cute. For anybody out there who's never been to Big Pine Key, the little key deer are adorable, and they're everywhere.
They're
it's
like
so fun.
Well, I would say the spring, but I think there's just spring every month here for these deer. But the little baby deer are like little puppies. They're like, and they like little spots on them, and they're just the cutest.
Is it regulated about, like, can people feed them, or do they feed them?
Yeah, no, not at all. Like no feeding, no nothing.
Okay.
I get so angry at the tourists around here, because they kind of go by my house to go back out to No Name, and it's only 20 miles an hour. And I like down Watson, I can see across, and it's just sad. It makes me so sad because I know when a car stopped out there, they hit a deer. And that's like, would you hit a kid every other day and think it's okay? Like, slow them down. I mean, come on.
Right.
And I will get my crazy butt out there and just let them know what they did.
Yeah, really. Oh, goodness.
Like, do you know? Those deer, that's their home here.
Right.
They don't bother nobody.
I live in a very rural area, so you're going to see deer and cows and goats get out. The horses get out. My bear's gone, thank goodness.
People actually come to this key, like you said, to see the deer. And it's like, so they know that when you're coming through Big Pine, there's these huge lights. You can't go faster than 35 on US 1. Like, it's just, there's one stoplight. It's not very big. So how you're hitting deer coming off of the bridge, they're standing there eating sometimes and people passing and zooming on US 1. It's just a 2-lane highway. So they get a little impatient, That's probably the only crummy thing living down here is just that road is so scary.
Yeah. We have a question.
Rebel, remember we were talking about the bridges falling? Was it
Oh yeah.
But I'm gonna have to message you after this because one of the fishing bridges right down here just stinking crumbled in on the other side of people fishing. It was the old bridge, but it fell.
Oh my goodness.
Thank God it was the old bridge, right? It's the one that was already, but it looked like you could walk on it. It looked safe enough.
No.
So nobody was on it, right?
Right into Shark Alley.
Nobody was on it, right?
No. Okay. Nobody was on it. But it just like you can see it from the fishing bridge, so it just looks it looks creepy.
Whew. I wonder how old it was.
It was an old one. The one that they have there now has been there for eons, so it's pretty. It was really, really old. And I'm sure withstood a few hurricanes.
Wow.
All right. Somebody's asking, would you use the word unbranded in your title? I don't. If I don't know a brand of something, well, let me backstep a little bit. When I'm listing my plush and it doesn't have a brand, the tag's gone, I can't figure it out. I always start my title with usually manufacturer, but if I don't have the manufacturer, then it's like brown, bear, plush, the size, and then, but I would never, and then just stuffed animal, whatever. But in my title, I'll always say, there's no tag, so I'm not sure who the manufacturer is, but to use unbranded or homemade, unless you, like I think Beth said, unless you know for sure it's homemade, I wouldn't use it because there's a lot of vintage stuff. Like I got fooled the other day. I thought something was a hand stitched stocking, needlepoint cross stitch, one of them. Mm-hmm. And then when I was digging down in to make sure nothing was in the bottom of the stocking, I found a tag made in Taiwan. So
that happened to me last week too. I bought a wall picture of a ship, and it was really cool. And I'm like, oh, this has got to be old. It was only $2, but I got home and it was on Amazon for $14.99. I'm like, no. Great picking, Lori. You should do this for a living, lady.
So yeah. But if I bought a quilt baby blanket, and you can just tell it's been hand stitched. So I don't have any problem saying hand stitched, homemade, because I'm positive that it's been hand stitched. So
sometimes unbranded people use in like higher designer items too, if they don't have a branded tag on it, just to throw it out, put something on it. But also I was using the word boutique in some of my stuff. I found some stuff that there's like a couple brands that are sold specifically to different boutiques. So I'll throw that in there instead of unbranded. I don't know. It's something, or vintage. I use a lot of that too.
Yeah.
It doesn't have
don't use like. Don't put like whatever.
No likes.
Yeah, that's a bad thing. That's basically keyword spamming. So
right.
You don't want to ever...
as long as I've been doing this, that got me. Not too long ago, I bought something that was a phone case, and you know, I don't know if you guys know about a bandolier case for your iPhone, but it's a purse, kind of. It's got anyways, they're called bandolier. And I had found one. I thought the price was kind of but I'm like, no, you know, maybe it's used, well used, whatever. So I bought it. And when I got it, I'm like, this is not a bandolier. There's no way. It's so cheap, you know? And I went and looked, and in the description that Lori didn't read, like bandolier. I mean, I saw the part that said, like, you know, the condition, but I didn't really zoom in. And yeah, and that's what it was. And they had like bandolier and thing. And I was so dang mad, but I left good feedback. You want to know why? Because I didn't read it.
Because it wasn't,
Right.
yeah.
That was still a crummy move on her part.
Right.
Yep.
Okay, I have way too many keyboards in front of me, guys. I'm about to have a nervous breakdown. Okay.
Let's see. I'm trying to catch up on. Can you say homemade if the vendor told you it was? It's a straw bear.
Sure.
I don't see why not.
I mean, if you Google Lens it and it doesn't pop up on Amazon, you might be in the clear. I was so bummed when that happened, Rob. You should have seen my face. I was like,
yeah.
Yeah, stuff like that has happened to me several years ago. I was collecting a certain pattern of dishes, and somebody had a small lot, and it had the butter dish, which I didn't have. And I was like, oh, the butter dish. So I just ordered it, and it came, and it had a chip or a crack in it or something. And I was like, and I went and looked, sure enough, in the description, it said, plain as day, that it had a chip or a crack or whatever. It's fine. It's still displayed with my other display. It's not that bad, but it was completely my own fault. I did not read, and I probably would have got it anyway, but you know, it's just one of those things.
Yep. It's annoying, but it happens.
Yeah. Oh, and Rebel, you were talking about your on your video the other day about your crazy prices. I think we talked about that one time on another live where you had you found 3 of your things were priced at like $995. Yeah, I've done that before, and my husband is usually the one that catches it because all of our notifications go to his email since he started the store way before I ever took it over. So he'll see, like, he knows if I'm listing because it comes up in his email every day. And so he'll message me. He's like, wow, I really hope we get $2,000 for that item, but I think you might want to go and take a look at what you listed it for, you know, or something like, you know, if we really get $2,000 for that, let me know. But yeah, because it'll supposed to be like $29.99, and I'll have listed it for $2,900 and something. You know?
That's the problem with that new bulk edit. You know, you can change everything right there on that screen, and I love it. But it kind of does this little, like it's thinking, and by then I'd already moved on to the next item, and yeah. $995 was $909, but it's funny. I had high views on those items, like in just the day or two that it had been
sold. Holy Christmas!
It would have been nice, but I don't think anybody's going to spend $995 on a vintage little. I mean, not even vintage. A Little People. It was a zebra, like this, like a zebra.
I don't know. I don't know.
What if somebody's doing comps at that exact moment when you've got something listed, and then they're like buying up a bunch, going, "Oh my goodness, look what this sells for."
Maybe that's why the Beanie Baby thing just keeps going and going and going because somebody sees one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
All right, guys.
I still never
pull things out of storage. I'll be back.
All right.
I
never have figured out what happened though with that. You know, what started all of that was I found something that was listed for $99 for a bowl, for just a Pier 1 bowl, and I thought that's odd. So then I went and looked, and it was supposed to be $24.95. I mean, this one was $99. I don't ever do whole numbers, ever. So I think I think somebody was messing with my listing, but then it made me find these other ones. So
Yeah, well, that's good. That's good. Yeah, I never thought about sorting it according to prices. So I haven't gone back to look, but like I said, my husband usually catches it. If I do something crazy like that, he usually will catch it and message me. So,
I sort that active thing by all kinds of ways because if I want to make sure all of my high dollar stuff is cross listed to either Etsy or wherever, then I'll sort it that way and make sure everything in there has, an E or whatever next to in the custom SKU. But a lot of times I just go in there randomly and I'll say page 40 and then I'll go on there and I'll start cross listing from that page, or I'll go to page 67 and then start cross listing from that page. So I'm trying to get more stuff cross listed and it's paying off. I'm getting Mercari sales, Poshmark sales. Hello,
awesome.
Miss Holly. On your lunch break, huh? Holly's my Jammy Pies friend.
Oh, that's right. She's found 2 or 3 of them, you said?
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
Which is funny. She's from where my grandkids are. So I'm going to plan a trip up there and then hopefully she and I can get together and go to the bins.
Nice. I am making some drafts for some sealed VHS tapes. There's some that have been in our store for a long time, but there's 8 of them, and my husband had them lotted together. So, you can't put you can't put in your description 8 different titles and 8 different things. So they've just been getting overlooked. And when I was taking over the store and going through everything, I saw them there. And ever since then, I've been meaning to go back and separate them out because I think they will sell better individually because people will be able to find them. And I don't know that any of them are bolos, but I figured, at least I could get them moving just by getting them listed separately. So that's what I'm working on. I took pictures of them the other day. I was taking pictures because I said Saturday was going to be my day to get all my photos done for a week's worth of items. So I had about 12 done when the cat started. I didn't tell you guys this. So I was watching a live stream, a BookTube live stream, and I was listening to an audiobook like we do reading sprints. So I was listening to them chat. And then when we go to reading sprints, I would go off of that and listen to my book until it was time to come back on. So at the same time, I was taking pictures. And then I walked back out of the garage into the hallway, and my cat was in the litter box moaning. He was like having a hard time. And oh, shoot, I almost touched the computer. Can you still hear me?
Yes.
Okay, good. Anyway, long story short, I had to drop everything and take him to the vet, and now he's on medicine. Katie said he's not blocked, but he's I guess got crystals in his bladder and all that stuff. So he's got to be on special urinary food and all of that. So I only ended up getting 12 photos done of 12 different things. And so I'm finally getting to those today, which 8 of them were these things that were already listed, but I'm going to count them as new listings because I'm going to end the big listing and start these. And I had a few other things. I mostly just worked on media stuff. I've got a couple books and some Andy Griffith season 2 and 3 or something DVDs. I was just watching, I got behind on Hustle Couple again because of my trip. And so I just saw their video where they sold a big Seinfeld DVD set that was in a refrigerator. Did you see that?
Yeah.
That's so cute. The DVD box is like the Seinfeld refrigerator. And I think they might have sold it for $100. And I think I told y'all, I'm finding DVDs do really well for me. I have been picking up if I can find complete seasons of different TV shows, because I ended up selling seasons 2 through 8 of the original Hawaii Five-0 for $90.
Wow.
So, yeah.
I always watch for the the seasons of different TV series. I don't find them a whole lot around here.
Well, I got the Hawaii Five-0 ones from a library I got each season for $1 a piece. So I paid how many ever, I guess it was 8. It was season 2 through 9. I don't know. I think I had 8 seasons and I paid $1 each. So $8 and then I flipped them for 90. So that was, I was real happy with that. And even my daughter was surprised because she's like, does anyone even watch DVDs anymore? I'm like, maybe not people your age, but some people do. So
my dad still has a bookcase wall full of DVDs that he likes to watch. So the older people definitely like them. And then I think parents still like to use them so they don't have their kid on an iPad.
Yeah.
They'll use a DVD or a VHS.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
I agree.
Noel, I saw your message, but Robert's gone. He had to go help take a friend to a doctor's appointment. She can't drive right now, so he's gonna be back, and I don't know how to do all this stuff.
So Tanya Garcia asked me if I test all the DVDs. Yes, if it's open, I test it and I watch it because I generally don't buy things that I don't watch. Except I don't think I tested all of the Hawaii Five-0. I looked at them, I took them all out and I looked at them to make sure there were no scratches, but I did not test them, but I wrote in the description, I hope I did. I got good feedback. So I want to say that I did, but if it's definitely been used, those look like they had maybe been watched one time. But anything else I get that has any kind of wear, I usually watch through them. But I also have, I buy some stuff sealed, and I want to say some of those were sealed, but I can't remember for sure.
I try not to buy any that are scratched.
Yeah.
It's just not worth the effort. And I don't want to buy one. Robert's always talking about maybe one of these days we'll buy one of those cleaners or whatever, those things that redo them. But I don't think we buy enough of them yet. If I bought a storage unit full of them, maybe it would be worth it. But I like to buy CDs. But again, I try to buy ones that don't have any issues.
What kind of thing is Robert talking about? A cleaner?
One of those machines that will take the scratches off of CDs and DVDs. Because our one and only Final Video store in our town that you could take a DVD to every once in a while that had a scratch on it and they'd buff it out. They closed down.
Oh, I wonder what they did with their cleaner. You could have bought it from them.
Yeah, I didn't even think about it. We didn't even know it was closing. One day it was
Really?
just, Robert said he realized it was closed.
Oh, man. I wonder how expensive.
Test going? I haven't sold anything. I knew I wouldn't. It was just my friend and I don't know how many of you guys saw the video, but she got a phone call from eBay. She has, I think she told me this last week, she's up to 18,000 listings on eBay. And she got a phone call from eBay. And she said basically she felt like he was arguing with her over that she should be using free shipping. And she's like me. We both have tried it. I tried it for an entire year. The year of 2018, pretty much all of my sales were free shipping that were under £1. And I sold more, but I made less that year than previous years.
Yeah.
So I opted out. But she was like, let's just try it. I think she's done about 300 listings. I just chose to do 160. And I picked, and this might not be fair. Oh, Noel's coming in. Okay. This might not be fair, but I picked my oldest, cheapest. So is it going to?
Hey, girl, hey.
Here, hey, she figured it out without me, in spite of me.
A little elf in Florida sent me the link.
Oh, did he? He's probably sitting waiting.
No, a little elf in Florida.
Oh, Miss Florida. Yay. She figured. Yay. Okay.
I lost a purse, guys. I lost a purse. So I'm going on the hunt. I can hear you in the background.
Uh-oh.
You see me throwing stuff and hair everywhere.
Oh, no. You sold it and you can't find it?
Yeah, and this is why I'm losing my marbles because I'm
Ugh.
not disorganized, guys.
Oh my goodness.
I'm not.
Okay, Rebel.
I promise.
Is it small? Would it be inside another purse?
It's this big. Yeah, I think so. So I just took all my purses out of the closet and I'm going to go through them. But it's, I just had it. I know I had it. It's probably hanging on something, you know, like right in my face.
Yeah.
I'll be back though. I'm listening.
Okay.
It's got to be there. It's always there unless
It is
you
always
accidentally
here.
sold it.
Okay, Rebel.
Okay. Girl.
You want to send me your address and I'll box this up and send it to you?
Yep.
Oh,
It's
Wow.
00021.
I will definitely, but I'll pay you. Just let me pay you for it.
You can pay me. Listen, these things were
Oh my
moldy.
God.
Listen to me. These things were moldy. I literally carefully peeled all the stickers off so that I could wash them. So you're going to have to paste the stickers back on, but they work.
Well, you know where they're going, right?
On your wall, I hope.
On my wall.
You
Gotta
can
make
sell them
room.
if you want. I don't care. But
Wowza. Yay, Noel.
Yay.
Look at that smile on Rebel.
That's
I
awesome.
know. Y'all,
So cool.
I had almost all of it. Almost all of it. I had spent years collecting it and I sold it all to pay for my divorce. And it
I
paid
got
for my divorce.
it was
You know?
worth it.
So it was
There you
well
go.
worth it. Oh, I see the circus. Yes.
Oh, fun. Where did
Very
you get it, Noel?
At an estate sale.
Estate sale?
Oh,
My favorite find was I walked up to it was raining one day and I was out yard selling. This was years, probably 15 years ago. I got to a yard sale and they had a kids swimming pool, one of those little kiddie sized pools out in their front yard. It was full of little people, vintage little people. Full.
You see this?
They were wet a little. That's very nice. Yep. And I was like, how much for all of it? And I said, I'll need to go to the bank because I only have a $20 bill. And she's like, I have change.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Wow.
I got an entire, and that's kind of how I got the biggest part of my collection.
I could see
Yeah.
you dragging the pool.
And I did. It was drag it to the back of my little car and crammed all of that in my car.
Hey, I was going to tell Tanya real quick because she says that's why I'm iffy on DVDs because that's a lot of watching. Tanya, if you have anybody at your house who can help you. So my husband watches a lot of DVDs and I have literally sometimes brought in a stack and I say, okay, watch through these. Let me know if there's anything wrong with them. And when he's sitting like winding down from work all day, he'll just watch through them. So if you have somebody else in your house who can help you, then that's good.
But I think basically, if you don't see major scratches on them,
Probably fine.
there's not probably going to be an issue with them.
Right.
Not at all.
This is ridiculously pathetic. I'm halfway in. This is my storage unit I've had for 8 months that I'm packing up and moving, hopefully by the end of the month.
That's what I was going to ask. Do you have to be out? But are you trying to? Is your goal to be out?
But I gave notice, but I can retract it.
Right, if you needed.
But I have another one the same size, 10 more down, that I've only had for a month. I literally got it for temporary for when I moved, right? Because I was just going to leave a bunch of stuff, and one of my friends said, just get another storage unit and just put the stuff in there temporary so that you can sort through it while you're not under duress.
Now you're probably under duress again.
I'm going to be under duress for all of 2022, you guys. Because see this?
Wow.
That's all Christmas. Literally clear down to I need that table that it's sitting on. I'm probably just going to go buy another one.
I was going to say, you could probably buy a new one.
So much potential there. Potential profit.
There's okay, so I have in my store, let's see, I listed 11 items on Saturday. Woo woo. Um,
Good job.
so I have like 22,015 listings, something like that. And
22,000.
no, 2011. I'm seriously considering hiring somebody to help me because I have over $100,000 of stuff listed. Just in my work unit, I probably have another $100,000 of unlisted inventory. I probably have $500,000 worth of unlisted inventory in this one, no joke. And I probably have about 300,000 of unlisted inventory in my other unit that's got
Wow.
half personal and half the stuff in it. So do I need to go shopping?
But you might miss something.
Well, it's funny too because I brought my scales today and I'm literally, you guys would be so proud of me. I went and bought colored Post-it notes. So green is for ephemera, any box that's just ephemera. Yellow is for glass and breakables, and blue is for hard goods. So I'm literally writing on that what's in the box and taping it to the front of the box because I'm reusing all my boxes from moving because why would you throw them away or donate them?
Yep. Good
And then
idea.
it was funny because Dren was with me. Dren didn't want to stay after school yesterday, so he found a box of Thomas the Tank Engine toys that I bought at the bins, and he's like my quality control. He goes, "Can I play with these?" And I go, "Sure, just take them right out there behind the Jeep. It's nice and sunny." And he comes to me and he goes, "Nanny, this piece is broken. You probably don't want to sell it." I love that kid.
Yep.
But I found, and I gotta take this. I found. It's amazing the stuff that you have. So I decided some of this stuff I'm just gonna list right here. Why not? Why double touch it, right?
Yes.
I found 2 stuffed in a bag. This is a sterling silver and turquoise necklace.
Ooh,
Wow.
pretty.
I found that one. You guys, this is pathetic. And I found that one.
Nice.
Very nice.
So I have all of my jewelry at the house so that I can list that while Dren's doing whatever he's doing because he's 8. Who wants to be stuck in a storage unit or a work unit at 8 years old, right?
Right.
So I'm trying to do a bunch of stuff while he's in school that I think would totally bore him to death. He's a good kid. He really is. He has his Switch and books, and there's all kinds of stuff for him to do. But he was dying to get into that tote, and he's been dying. When I bought all of those Fisher Price things, the first thing he did when I opened the door was he walked right over there and turned that Ferris wheel on. He loves that thing.
It is great that you've got your own toy tester there.
I'm sending that to Rebel. He listens to you guys in the morning on the way to school with me.
Awesome.
Well, I so appreciate that.
Anyway, so I had showed Courtney those when I first got them, and she goes, "Ooh," because they were in such horrible shape. And I go, "They can be saved. They can be saved. I'm gonna save them." She goes, "How are you gonna do that? They're paper." And I go, "Well, the tags are already starting. The paper's already starting to come off." So I very carefully peeled all of the paper off that I could, because you can just water down Elmer's glue and with a paintbrush paint it back on the back of them and smooth them back on. Super easy.
Awesome.
Yep.
Anyway, so I already knew what I was going to do with them when I got them.
That's good.
I've had them for a while. I've followed you for a while. I've had them for a while. Anyway, so yeah, send me your address and I'm going to send those to you. And sell what you want, keep what you want. They're for you.
Very nice. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. If I lived closer, I'd come help you.
I know. So would Lori. She's supposed to be Lori, did you find your purse yet?
I think she stepped out. She's having a moment. Oh, that's the worst feeling when your inventory system fails you. I have got to write better because I've had like 3 instances this week. I label my shelving, everything that I store. My shelf is numbered. Then the next number in my inventory is the shelf that it's on. And then the tote is an alphabetical. Most of them are only A and B. Well, I'm not very, my markmanship is awful, and I've been confusing A's and B's. So I can't find something in B and I go to A and I find it. It's just, that's annoying because you spend too much time.
Do you have them in the computer, or you just have a written list that you're going off of?
They're in my custom SKU. I have them in my computer also, but almost always it's wrong there. That's where it started. Because when I finish processing every day, I keep a tote over here, and everything that I've processed goes in that tote. Then I print out a sheet of paper for everything that I've worked on, and then I carry it all to my building and I put the bin numbers. So that part's handwritten. And then I come back over here and then I put the custom SKUs on every listing. So it's just my poor.
Have a Rollo printer? Did you get a Rollo printer? I thought you did.
I do have a Rollo.
You can get the 2-inch labels for it, and you can print out that custom SKU right there on that 2-inch label and slap it on the bag or whatever you have.
Yeah,
and then you don't have.
I'm kind of
writing.
I messed up my inventory system from the get-go. I don't like every day, everything that I list goes in one tote, and then it gets shelved. Some people use that system where it just kind of every day. When I get over there, I have rabbits together and bears together and little people in a tote. And so as I'm picking stuff up, I'm taking it to a rabbit basket, or I'm taking it to
I totally get that. Because when I don't know if you watched my Let's Talk About It. Lizzie was in there live last week, but I was in my new work warehouse, and I've spent a lot of money on the shelving and the totes for a reason, because I was in that same situation as you, and I couldn't take it anymore because my mind works, or I have to have things organized. Things need to look the same. They need to be organized. So everything is how it should be, how I want it set up. And now I need to just take my laptop, pull up my listings, and you don't even have to, you can just pull up your active listings and you can go ding, ding, ding right down and pull, and just like you can change the price in there, you can also go into your custom SKU and add that.
Yep.
I didn't know that.
But I know where everything is. I just, like I've said before, I have a photographic memory, and it can be good, it can be bad, but I could walk one of my kids right exactly to the bin and tell them exactly where it is without even having any numbers or anything on it. I know where everything is.
I used to.
And that's a bad place to be, because then you get lazy, right? Because then you don't do what you should be doing. Because if something happened to me, and both of my boys know, my oldest one has a store too. Both of my boys have all of my passwords. They know how to get into my stuff, and they can shut my store down, real quick. But it's just one of those things that I don't have anybody else. I don't have a Robert or a husband or a boyfriend or an employee or anything like that. I have my 2 boys. And so it's like, if something happened to me, I'd be screwed.
Yep. I learned a couple of years ago, Robert had a very quick lesson because my son was hurt in an accident, and we spent, I think, 17 days. This month is the anniversary, 4 years, 17 days in ICU, and I never came home. And Robert had to learn everything very quickly because he took over without a beat. He just took over.
When I got burnt, I was in the burn center for 5.5 weeks, and I had 3 skin graft surgeries. But my oldest son also, like I said, he had a store, so he was able to do my shipping for me, which was amazing. So I didn't have to shut my store off, but I was out for almost 2 months. I should have been out for a lot longer, but I also had a landscaping business, and that was my main income at the time. And I literally got out, and let's see, I got burnt on April 19th. I got out the end of May, beginning of June, and by the second week in June, I was back working, even though I shouldn't have been. Just gotta do.
We all are probably like that. We gotta do what we gotta do.
You gotta do. That's how it is.
Yeah.
I got a little Bolo Vero item I want to show you guys. Everybody knows about these, right?
Yep. Nordic wear. Bunt.
If your bunt pan does not say bunt and it's not by Nordic wear, you better not put bunt in the title or you'll get a Vero.
I got one this year. That's how I learned.
These actually are in the box. I have 2 of them.
That's good. They're popular.
Makes me want to go home and make a cake.
We call it bubble bread here. Uh-oh. Elizabeth, you're gone again. We make what's called bubble bread. Some people call it monkey bread, but it's like biscuits with cinnamon and sugar. And I know we use a bump pan for that.
Can you hear me now?
Yep, you're back.
Okay, good. Yeah, I was afraid of that. I accidentally bumped something and I was afraid you couldn't hear me. So, okay, if you have the box and everything and you're listing it, does it just like automatically send you a warning just to say, hey, is this?
You don't have, none of the, very few of the Veros do. And you don't have to have the box. It'll literally say right on the pan.
But I mean, is it going to warn you regardless?
Nope.
So if you have the box, how come you got a Vero warning?
Can you guys see that?
Yeah.
If you don't see that, then don't
Nordic
put
wear.
bunt.
Right. But you said I thought you said you got a Vero on almost.
I said you will get a Vero.
Oh, okay, but you didn't.
No, I didn't, because the one that I sold was an original. Gosh, I sold it for like $50. It was it was actually aluminum. These are aluminum too, but it didn't have any paint on it. It was older and it was bigger. These are little ones. These are something, and another thing about these, when you list these, put toaster oven in your description, because these will fit in somebody's toaster oven. They're tiny.
Oh, wow. Little bitty.
People are looking for that kind of stuff. Electricity is expensive. In the summertime, nobody wants to turn their stove on in Arizona or Texas or where you guys live in Florida. Nobody wants to turn their stupid stove on. It's freaking hot.
Right.
So any of those little tiny pans that you can get that'll fit in a toaster oven, any of the little Pyrex baking dishes, you'll see them tiny. They're refrigerator and baking dishes. They're tiny. A lot of people just blow them off, but I'll tell you something. There's a lot of people that they may just be one. So they can make 5 dishes of lasagna that only have 2 servings and stick them in the freezer and then pull them out and cook them later.
Yeah, that's great.
So
good deal. Speaking of baking, I have to show you the cutest thing. Okay, so I was talking about buying DVDs. So I picked up these Andy Griffith DVDs at a library book sale a while back. This one's sealed, so I'm not worried about it. This one is not sealed, and it's complete season 2, and I'm going to watch it just because I love Andy Griffith. But I already went ahead and took pictures, and it's the cutest thing ever. So it has 3 different boxes, disc 1 and 2, 3, 4, and then 5. All right, so on each, as I was taking the pictures, I got to noticing. All right, so look at the DVDs. Here is disc 1. See how it's only got 1 piece out. Disc 2 has 2 pieces out of the pie. It comes with a recipe for Aunt Bee's apple pie or cherry pie or something. So here's 3 and 4. Look at that. And then disc 5 has like crumbs left on the DVD. It's the cutest thing ever. I love that so much.
You guys
So-
look up John Wayne.
we've got a bunch of John Wayne stuff in our store already. Some VHS and
John
maybe
Wayne
DVDs.
VHS. Some of those
Yep.
go for
We've sold quite a
$2.
few. Yep.
Yep.
Noel, you might. Do you have any experience with the perfumes and stuff?
Yep.
And
I
the
sell them all.
bureaus?
She just got a bunch of perfumes.
I sell perfume all the time, and Courtney and I have gone back and forth on this, and I understand. And I'm not saying that she's wrong, and she's not saying that I'm wrong. I sell it on eBay. I sell it if it's not full and brand new. I sell it under vintage collectibles, shaving cream, and whatnot. I have had zero issues with it. Period. If you read eBay's policy on it, it's so vague and stupid. It's not even funny. It goes into this, you cannot sell used, blah, blah, blah. And then the next paragraph down. I mean, I spent an hour researching this because I am not going to get, I probably have 100 listings of used. I just bought, they were $1 a piece. I bought like a bottle of Coach that's 3/4 full. I mean, one of the items that I got, I sent Lori pictures. I sent her a picture of all of it was a whole tray of perfumes. I said, I spent $189 at this estate sale. 2 items would pay for the whole haul. 1 item would pay for the whole haul plus another $200 buyout. I got a vintage Mahjong game set.
Ooh.
So I sent Lori a picture of all of the perfumes, and I go, which perfume in here do you think will pay for my whole for all of this? And she's like, I don't know. Well, I got a bottle of vintage Bath and Body Works that they don't make anymore, and depending on where you list it, you can get $120, $130 for it.
Wow.
And I couldn't look anything up in this estate sale. It's funny because it was in the middle of the city, but there was like zero service inside their building, like they had inside this house, like they had some kind of weird, I don't know, blocker or something on. But luckily, I will have to say, this is where the good thing is of my photographic memory, and just having done this for so long, I very seldom look stuff up. It has to be like DVDs or stuff like that I will scan real quick, because I'm not going to waste my time on, I'm not going to buy something for 50 cents if it's only going to sell for $3. That's just me, because I don't need to. That's what we all know, right? Now, if it was a box of 100 and they were going to sell me the whole box for $5, sure, I'll do that. And then I'll pick through the ones that, because what's it take? 10 seconds to scan them and see what they're selling for.
Yep.
So anyway, yeah, if you don't want something that has like an applicator, like you dab it, you know what I mean? You don't want to sell any. If I get Bath and Body Works lotions and stuff like that are I won't buy something unless it's worth a lot of money. I will look the Bath and Body Works up. I couldn't look this one up. I just looked at it and I was like, I haven't seen a Bath and Body Works label like that like in ever. Not that I'm a Bath and Body Works expert, because I absolutely am not. Anyway, I was like, it was $1. All right, I'll it's a learning experience, right? I'll spend $1 on it. And I got home and I was looking them up. I was like, what?
Wow.
So
That was a
I
good-
got to go off for a second. My daughter just got home and I need to run. I'll be right back though.
All right.
now, if you sell on Mercari doesn't care. That's a very good place to sell your used, items, your used perfumes and lotions and stuff like that. If I get a Bath and Body Works lotion that's 90% full, I'll take the top off of it and I will clean it. I will run it under hot water with Dawn dishwashing detergent, and I clean the whole top and I put it back on. just so that it looks good. You know what I mean?
Right.
But
All right. Let's see. What plastic bags do I use for tiny plush that you ship? I either use, depending on what it's made of, I'll either use the tiny bubble mailers, or I think my smallest bags are the 4x6. Oh no, the 6x9s.
6x9.
But it just really depends on what it's made of, or if it has a paper tag. I'm different than a lot of people. If it's got a paper tag, almost always it's not going to go in a bubble mailer or a poly bag. I just want somebody to receive it the way,
or some kind of hat, or you know, or eyes that are big that you don't want to get scratched while it's being thrown into 12 million USPS bins.
Yes, I probably overpack, but
boxes
I just
don't weigh that much. And if it's a 6, 7, 8 ounce item and you're putting it in a box that maybe weighs an ounce, you're still going first class.
Yep. Let's see. Yeah.
I can't find this purse.
Oh no. Did you sell it somewhere else?
I'm you know what, I just sent Isabella a message, my daughter, to see if I sent it to her. Because it's something that I would have picked, you know, showed her right away. Total Y2K little bag. So, and she always wants them from me. So I'm wondering if I sent it to her.
Oh no. And which platform is this on? eBay.
Before you cancel that order,
I'm gonna do it. I'm
listen, what's your shipping? What's your shipping on that? How many days out do you put? One day, 2 days, same day?
1 day.
All right.
Actually, I think I have either same or one. I think it's one.
Okay. I always suggest you have at least one, because for this reason right here.
Right. Well, I do ship same day, but you're right. Just having that extra time.
Before you cancel that order, make sure that you go in and you send the person a message. I said, this is extremely embarrassing. I am so sorry. I cannot find this item. Would you be okay with me canceling the order? As soon as I find it, I'll let you know. I did that with an item that I lost while I was moving. One item of everything else that I lost, one item. And the gal was so nice. I canceled the order, and as soon as I found it, I messaged her, and she left me the best feedback. Took me 2 weeks. Took me 2 weeks to find it, but I found it. Because if you cancel that, you're going to get a ding on your account.
I'm not going to cancel it. I'll definitely message the buyer and stuff and let them know. What I'm going to do, though, is because I'm in the middle of moving all this stuff. This is what I'm talking about when I'm telling you I'm getting so frustrated with the inventory, because I'm trying to do, I think, too much at once, and I'm losing stuff by putting. I'm not built.
That's okay. Not everybody is. Don't be so hard on yourself, though. You're only human.
But even if you have, like for me, I had to take a hit because the person who bought my item was using a freight forwarder, and I could not get in contact with them, and they never responded. And then I'm not going to be that seller.
You should have used the option incorrect address, because that's what eBay concierge would have me do. So don't take a hit. If the person won't answer you back and you've tried, then cancel with incorrect address and you won't take a hit.
I took it, and you know what? I'm in the top seller program anyway. So after 3 months, it dropped off. So, but I found it like 1 week later, but she still wouldn't respond to any of my messages.
Yeah.
I just know, I mean, I hate saying that. Then it makes me feel like people are like, oh my gosh, this girl's got stuff everywhere. I mean, I really am organized to a point. I mean, it is. It's clean. I just can't. I gotta.
I'm organized too, Lori. See?
Where I do the same. Yep. It's like I have to do the same thing every time, all the time.
It's okay. Don't be so hard on yourself.
I'm trying to learn new, and I'm not learning new very well.
Don't be so hard on yourself. You're only human. You can
Thank you.
only do what you can do.
Yep. But
It's like
one
one
hit
of those
on your
things that'll
account's
come
not
across. I'll
gonna
find
matter.
it like in 6 months.
You want some Barbies? I can't read the chat. Okay?
I can't either.
Because I'm on my phone.
Yeah, I wasn't even. I got so many dang mouses and clicky pads. I don't know whether I'm coming or going. Okay, here we go. Chat, back to chat. Let me go get in the chat. Yeah.
Speaking of boxes, Beth, you know, you guys, I stopped using one company because the boxes that I received from them were chintzy and they would they were bad quality. I went to another company and now the boxes I received this time are awful.
I only use
Man.
eBay boxes and priority shipping boxes.
Well, it's cheaper not to use all of that eBay money on. Plus, I use so many. I go through about 200 boxes at least a month.
Well,
So-
I had 3 stores. I had a concierge store, I had an anchor store, and that was $150 a month. My son
I
has
know. I
premium
loved when I
store,
had an
that's
anchor.
$50, and then I have a very tiny store that for my grandkids, and so that's $25. So I was getting $225 worth of supplies every 3 months, you know. And so I just stocked up on boxes, all the ones that I use. I don't use poly mailers. I use the bubble mailers. I choose to use a bubble mailer over a poly mailer any day.
Me too.
So I have a ton of poly mailers. The only time here's what I use my poly mailers for. If I have a magazine or a piece of ephemera that I'm sending by itself, I will put it in a poly mailer and then I will wrap it in cardboard and then I will send it. And I'll tell you why. The unboxing you did when Darlene and Hannah sent you the stuffed animals. Oh man, that was so cool.
That was nice.
I noticed that they were just in a box. They weren't in plastic inside the box. So I have had multiple people send me messages about how happy they were that I put everything that I ship goes inside a plastic bag. Before I put it in my inventory now, it goes in a plastic bag. They're cheap. Just a clear plastic bag. You can go to Walmart and buy the bread bags.
I spend a ton. I have, I think, 6 different sizes. I love these. Plus, they have the suffocation warning on it.
Yep.
But yeah, everything, I store everything in clear bags.
You have to. I don't care where you live. If you live in the city in a brand new multi-million-dollar house, you will have spiders.
Yeah, you got it. Individually. Well, and then too, it suppresses any kind of smells or anything. It just, you know.
So when you're shipping that stuff, there's a lot of people that don't have covered porches, and when they drop their box on that covered porch and it's raining cats and dogs, guess what happens if your item inside is not in plastic?
Right.
Yeah.
So
big deal. And plus, it helps with inventory. If you individually bag them and put your stuff, I mean, it's just, when I started doing that, things changed. Problem is, I didn't start that with my purses. I didn't put them in individual bags.
When Robert and I got married, I probably had about 800 to 1,000 items listed, and I stored everything in Walmart bags.
Yes, I remember that.
So he took it upon himself to order me clear bags, and he repacked everything for me. He stood down here. I used to only have it down here. And now,
see it now.
Yeah, now you can see it in the totes and bags. And
okay, now that I'm back, is my mic still good?
You're good.
Okay, good.
Okay, Rebel, can you read that?
Tree frog?
No.
No.
Tatsu.
Back. I thought I had it for a second.
Oh,
cute.
That's very cute.
I've never seen it. That's what it says. TOTT apostrophe zoo. I've never seen it. I bought a box of Barbies
Zoo?
and Bratz. Let's see. Blip Toys, 2010.
What is it?
BLIP Toys.
Oh, blip. BLIP. Blip.
Blip.
That's Blip is. I don't know.
You know what? It's TATT apostrophe zoo, like tat zoo.
Oh.
It's an A.
Oh, here it is. Malo Gorilla. Tatsu. Somebody's only one I'm seeing is up for auction. $8 start, but no bids.
Haha, I'll have to check that out. I bought this whole box of Barbies because it had Bratz and Monster Highs in it. They wanted $15 the first day of the estate sale, and I got it for $5. So all I could think to myself was, there's one item in there that will pay for the whole box, right? Barbie.
Always.
How about this? This right here will pay for it.
That's Barbie.
Yep.
Blip Toys is Squinkies also, by the way. I knew it seemed familiar.
What is Squinkies?
Squinkies are like those garbage fellows you showed last week.
Oh, okay.
But it's like the girl version of it. I'm not the same company, but I'm just saying Squinkies are contemporary. They're current.
I don't know what kind of Barbies are in here, but this is some weird kind of wig. I need that. There's just Barbie, just the doll. This will take a while, but it is worth it to go through these things and list them one at a time, especially if they're Bratz or Monster High.
I have got to do that. Look, somebody gave me this bag. I think it's all Bratz. A whole bag full of Bratz.
I'll tell you what, I watch people all the time. They won't pick up Monster High dolls if they're missing a foot or an ankle.
Mm-hmm.
I will. I'll disassemble that whole baby and I will sell a hand for $9. I'll sell just the piece of the arm for $9. I'll sell the foot, I'll sell the head, I'll sell the body. It all comes apart. So if it's missing one piece or two pieces, it doesn't matter, because especially if you're at the bins, you're going to pay what, 50 cents for it, and that broken down doll that's missing part of its body, or you can Google Lens them and figure out exactly who they are. And even if you can't, I'll tell you what, you can just put the piece up there and I'll sell it for $9 plus 3 something shipping in a hot second.
Yeah, because like if stuff like that, if it comes apart, then somebody's missing a piece.
Oh
right.
Yeah.
Well, there's just like the, I don't know what's going on with this guy. Just like the Furbies and a bunch of other toys, there's a huge market out there, and if you want to check it out, there's a huge market out there that it's a Barbie skateboard something. They totally redo. They make one of a kind. OAC is an acronym that you will see in the search algorithm, and they will totally clean all of their paints. They'll take their eyelash. This isn't a Monster High, but they'll take their eyelashes off. They take the lipstick off. They take everything off. They will take their hair out. They will put new hair in. Yeah, go check it out. Go look at the link.
I've watched a video on the woman that does that with Bratz dolls. She thought that the Bratz dolls were too risque.
There's not just one woman. There's a whole group. And let me just tell you something. If they don't like you, they will come after you like a pack of sharks that hasn't eaten in 12 years. And you're swimming in the ocean and you scraped a scab off your arm and there's a little blood and you will be gone. They are vicious.
Who's that?
Wow.
Oh.
Yep. So somebody probably wouldn't pick this little gal up because she's missing her feet. I'll sell her. I guarantee you, I will sell her for $15 or $20.
All right. Kids of
Oh,
America.
this must be the wig girl.
Okay, so I'm really batting 1,000 over here, guys.
The shoes. These shoes will sell for 15 bucks.
Nice.
I don't even lock those up in lots unless I only have one. And for the Monster High dolls, somebody made a rubber band. This is made out of those little rubber bands.
Oh, that's funny.
The Monster High dolls, especially if they have boots or a shoe like this, if there's only one, I'll Google Lens it and find out what that one shoe, who it is, belongs to. And you think your bread and butter is your little plushes that you sell for $8 or $9. Well, once you start looking up all of those little Barbie Monster High goes for more than the Bratz, but they all go for some decent money. So this is what I tell my older viewers that have a hard time getting out or have a hard time finding
Hi,
anything.
Holly. Thanks for the comment on my shirt.
Hi, Holly.
These kind of items, although tedious, there's something that's little, they're easy to ship, they can sit at their desk or wherever they need to sit, and they're easy to look up and list. You can literally almost put a white towel or something on your lap and take pictures with your phone right from where you are. So there's a lot of people that are disabled or that just have a hard time and they can't deal with the big stuff, right? But they can deal with this stuff. Here, yeah. This isn't Barbie, but I bet it's worth some money.
Cute.
Littlest Pet Shop.
That's Littlest Pet Shop. Yeah.
The little hippo.
I have tons of them. I always pull the dogs and cats out and get them listed, and then
literally came in this little box, and there is a ton of this kind of stuff. The bags, the bags. These are Bratz. Here's another Littlest Pet Shop.
What'd you pay for it all? Did you say $5 for the box?
$5 for all of that.
Wow.
Can you guys see what that says? I just found an old picture on my phone or on my camera. It says Noel.
Noel, were you born at Christmas?
On this camera.
My birthday is this week.
Oh, it's this week. Okay, so not Christmas, huh?
No.
Shoot.
Makes me want to list this stuff, which I should do.
Don't know.
Oh well, someday.
I have got to get to my littles. I have so much of it. And you'd think that they're easy to list, that I would get to them, but they just keep piling, and then I have more.
They're easy.
They're
easy to take pictures of. They're easy to ship and they're easy to store, but they're not always easy to list, because I know earlier somebody asked about how much time do you spend doing research. Well, these little things like this, you have to use Google Lens. You have to do some research, because unless you are a kid of that century or you have one, which my granddaughter had all of that stuff, and she could, if she was sitting next to me, she could tell me exactly who it belonged to, because she has them all. She's 15 now, and I don't see her that much anymore, but that's okay. That's how it is, right? Anyway, so I have West Point, and it is worth every stinking penny I pay for it, period.
So, Noel, with as much inventory as you have, how do you decide what to do next?
Bye, Hydran.
Whatever's in my way.
Do you go by mood, or do you think, okay, I have all this stuff, this is going to make me the most money, or this is going to be the quickest? Because I think this is what people might ask. Okay, how do you decide?
If I just looked right straight in front of me right now, and I went by what was going to be worth the most money, I would have listed this.
Okay.
because
what's-
it's worth about.
So what's keeping you from doing it?
No, you're not. I'm packing stuff up and getting it out of here.
No, I said, so what's keeping you from listing it?
She's moving.
I am raising my grandson. I just moved. I'm remodeling a house, and I'm one person, and I have to do everything that you and your husband do.
Yeah, no, I'm just
I have
asking. I'm asking because this is my problem too. I have so many things, and I get overwhelmed. So I'm asking the question from the overwhelmed perspective. How do you decide what to do next?
Take
You know?
what do you think? So what am I going to list today? I'm going to get all those perfumes listed. Why? Because they need to be listed. So, and then what is hot right now? Do you guys pay attention to that? Because
Yeah, you gotta look at your eBay sales and stuff, and look.
Don't just look at your eBay sales. Look at
Like what the solds. That's what I mean.
walk through Target and Walmart and just look at the clothes and look at the home goods and see. You know what I mean? Buy a magazine and organizing a designer magazine. Spend 20 freaking bucks and buy a magazine if you're into the home goods and look through it and see what is selling. What collars are they pushing out? What's hot right now? Because like Y2K clothes are hot right now. And if you don't know what Y2K clothes are, that doesn't mean you're stupid. Google it.
Right.
Just
I will
Google
say that I probably sell one thing every other day. That's Y2K. I put it in my title. It flies.
You know, so I buy
First, I
vintage
can't
clothes.
find.
I buy vintage clothes like nobody's business, because for some reason there's a huge market in Portland, Oregon, which is literally 5 minutes from my house that I just moved to. And so when you go to the estate sales over there, there's lines. There's lines for hours, because all of these kids and teens and whatnot are going for the vintage clothes, right? Well, I let them go look through the vintage clothes, because they won't buy something if it has a hole or they're stupid. And I'm outright just gonna say that. I just sold a T-shirt for over $100 that had a hole in it, but I paid $1 for it in a estate sale. I watched 5 people look at it and throw it back down because it had a hole in it. Really?
People around here are onto the vintage T-shirts. We don't ever find vintage T-shirts.
I don't just buy vintage T-shirts. I buy vintage 1920s, 1930s, 1940s dresses, shirts, men's suits, socks, suspenders, belts, linens, slips, bras,
Balls and underwears.
underwear. I will buy vintage women's underwear, the lacy panty ones, because you can sell some of those for up to $100.
Yeah, my average on those, like I pick them up, sell them for about $38, $45.
Yeah, it just matters.
Or different kind of, if it's a different brand, it'll be up. I can't think of them right off the top of my tongue, but
yeah, and if it's vintage men's underwear and they're still in the package,
what's that keyword? Mushroom gusset.
Oh,
What?
yes,
Gusset for the underwear.
No.
That's a good one.
And I sell a lot of stuff to movie sets, believe it or not.
You know, what I would suggest is you take a bin and just do like things and put about 10 or 20 items in a bin, then go through that. Especially if you're learning your stuff, and getting into a system. Just block it out, do the same amount every day. It doesn't have to be the same things, but just something of like items so that you can research them easily.
Yep. Yep. If you just go to an estate sale and let's say you buy 20 different items and you sit down and you're going to list all those 20 different items, you're going to spend hours doing research if you're not familiar with those items. Maybe you did a little bit of research while you were picking them up and realized that these sell well. But that was one of my biggest glitches for a long time, was spending way too much time doing research. However, on the opposite side of that note,
Yep, I know what you're gonna say.
if you want to take a $10 a $5 quick sale and turn it into a a 10-cent fast, how do you do that? I'm out for the slow dime, not the fast nickel, or maybe it's the other way around. I don't know, because I know what I have, and because 10 other people were, boy, I gotta watch myself here. I don't want to offend anybody. Because 10 other people were stupid and they sold it for cheap and they brought the price down because they needed the money. That irritates me more than anything in the world. When you're dealing with a vintage item that there aren't necessarily a lot of, especially if it's in pristine condition, and you lower the price just so that you can make a sale, that's not right, and it's not fair. But that's life.
That happens with the vintage plush a lot.
So are you guys familiar with restaurant wear?
Yes.
And who is the best person, who is the best company to be collecting for restaurant wear to sell?
The Buffalo one, right? Homer Laughlin. My sister picks up Homer Laughlin.
I have 20 of those plates. I have
It won't.
a restaurant, a catering business a catering company went out of business. They were just done. They were tired. This bowl, it looks like a plate, but it's a bowl. They don't even I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have 10 of those. I'm not moving them again. They're heavier than heavy. I took one of each item, and I have 4 different smaller ones that actually have a pattern on it, and it's a hard to find pattern. It's pink violet. Some people call it sweet pea. I have the saucers that go to the cups, and then I have 3 different versions. They're all the same pattern. Some of them have a red rim. Some of them are just a different design on the plate, but I have 3 different versions of the luncheon plate of that. And I paid 25 cents a piece for these. If they had been any other brand, I wouldn't have picked them up because they're heavy as all get out. However, people love this stuff because you can almost throw it on the floor and it doesn't break. It's super heavy. That's why they use it in the old restaurants, because people weren't kind to the dishes,
Right.
and dishes are expensive. So this stuff is well sought after, even though it's plain and white. These two, because I have 20 of the plates, but that dish, you could call it a serving bowl, but really it's not what they would serve in. It would be like linguine or chicken parmesan with chicken fettuccine, whatever, or a soup that was a main dish. Those plain white plates, bowl things go for almost $20 a piece. So who wouldn't pick those up for a quarter?
Right.
I'm not paying shipping on them, and each one of those is going to be priority for one plate, one dish. They're that heavy. They weigh, I have a scale right here. And a lot of people don't want to pick this stuff up. You know what? I'm good with that, because that's that many less people I have to compete with, because they don't want to pick, they don't want to, or they can't physically deal with that kind of stuff, which I totally get. But I also, one of the things that I teach in my Let's Talk About It is all the stuff. This one plate weighs almost 3 pounds.
Holy smokes.
Yeah.
2 pounds, 12.8 ounces. So just imagine if they, now I'll put it so that they can choose Federal Express or UPS. But I'm going to sell them one at a time. And if somebody wants to buy all of them, that's fine. Will I put local pickup on it? Nope, I won't. Anyway, so I took one of each item, in the house last night. And I washed them, and tonight when I go back home after I pick Dren up, I will make those listings and set those live, because I'm not taking them out of the car and putting them in the other storage unit and waiting 12 years or however long to list them. I'm not moving them again. They're heavy. And so they're going to get listed, and they're going straight to the work warehouse. And I might sell those for a little less just to get them gone.
Yep.
Because I mean, all I have to do is make 75 cents and I've doubled my money, right?
Right.
So something like that, the plain white ones, not the bowl dish, because nobody has them. Even replacementparts.com doesn't have them. So that's when I delve, and I found all that out because I've been doing this long enough. I found that all out in less than 5 minutes, because now I know where to go and what to look at, and that kind of, I don't get lost. And before I get lost, and another thing about that is that's how you learn, right? When you're doing research and stuff,
Yep.
and you'll see this and you'll see that, and you're like, I had no clue. So yeah, research can be a big, I call it the black hole.
It is.
That's
And I'm
That's
like,
what it is.
I'm super ADD, so it's hard for me to sit still. I need like a something in front of me I can read as I'm walking. But
Yep.
but yeah, it is. It's the whole, you get into it.
I
And
try
I-
not to. I try not to spend very much time, because
Right.
you can. I mean, unless I'm in the mentality that I want to learn something new, then I might take a little bit of extra time. But usually when I go upstairs at the end of the day, that's when I do I've done all the work. So it's going to get listed whether it's worth $3 or $300.
Right.
But usually I just sit down, copy paste in my search, and then just pick a price.
I have some friends up north. They're about 20, 25 minutes in Longview, the next county up. But they don't sell on eBay, but they do all the flea markets and stuff like that. So I just, stuff that I don't want to deal with, that I know that they could sell in a hot second, I just box that up. And like, they came and helped me move, Marie Perlette, and I literally I filled the tank up on the U-Haul truck that I had, and they took the truck full twice down to their place of stuff that I just gave them, and I routinely will do that. And I save all of Dren's clothes. She's got 2 grandkids that are quite a bit younger than Dren, but man, you guys think little girls' clothes are expensive. Holy moly. Maybe Dren's just picky. I don't know. He's got a weird body. We call him the crack king, because he's got a long torso and a short. And so I have to buy him shirts that are 2 sizes too big, so that everybody doesn't get mooned every time he bends over. Poor little guy. I feel so sorry for him, because he doesn't mind it when I tease him or stuff like that, but I know he's conscious of it. It was so funny. As kindergarten teacher, she goes, it's so cute, but I feel sorry for him. Isn't there anything you can do? And I go, it's the way his body's built. I said, I buy his shirts 2 times bigger so they're longer. And she goes, I know. She goes, it's so hard for me to not say anything. She goes, but I don't want the other kids to tease him. And I get that. All right, you guys. I got to go get rid of some cardboard and take some stuff to storage. And I have to go to my work warehouse and do some shipping. I actually sold something.
Well, I'm going to go look for a purse.
Oh, no.
I don't
Your
know.
daughter
guys.
doesn't have it?
I'm so bummed, because I can see everywhere I have stuff. I don't have hidden. So I'm hoping I didn't send it to my daughter.
It's there. You'll find it. Just let it go for a little bit. Walk away from it.
Do that. I'm gonna go do that. And then
Go
I
eat
had
lunch.
another sell on Posh. Look
Yay.
at that. And that was something I sold at the dirt mall.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
Still on there. So I'm really batting 1,000 today.
Right, you guys, come to my let's talk about it tonight or Thursday night, because I'm going to talk about something that is super hot right now that I know you guys can all find and pick up at estate sales, and even even at the Goodwill.
All right.
I'm gonna go in
But
here and
I
click
will
the
be-
bell if I haven't.
And now that I have my new computer, I can do some live listing myself.
I might start doing some working hangouts in the evening.
Yeah, I'm gonna bug you to do that with me too, Noel.
Okay. We need to,
Right.
because we all need to have, we don't have employers anymore. We are our own employers. So you don't have that employee camaraderie that you have when you went to work every day. And for the cost of gas right now, I think a working live doesn't cost anything but time, but we get to hang out with each other and give each other a hard time.
Learn stuff, talk crap,
and get poop done.
and get some stuff done. Elizabeth, I'll message you too. Rebel, I'll message you if I decide to go on. And
Yes.
yeah. Guys, it was real.
Yep. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.